welcome back to Simply Fujica, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. And guys, guess what? I'm bringing it back to home care. So I do want to welcome you to another week. And if you're new to this channel, I want to thank you for stopping on by. But don't hesitate to go ahead and like the video. Don't hesitate to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Guys, today we are discussing in-home support services. Yes, you guys have asked me, a couple of you have asked me, what is in-home support services and is it the same as non-medical home care? So if you are interested in that topic, then stay tuned. So guys, the first thing I want to do for you is define what is in-home support services. So the IHSS program will pay for services that you receive for your care so that you can remain safely in your home. To be eligible, you must be 65 years of age and over, or disabled or blind. Disabled children are also potentially eligible for IHSS. IHSS is considered an alternative to out-of-home care, such as nursing homes or board and care facilities. So guys, really quickly, I want to talk about, so who is this for, right? So you must physically reside in the United States. You must also be a California resident. You must have Medicaid eligibility determination prior to you applying. You must live at home or an abode of your own choosing. Acute care hospitals, long-term care facilities, and licensed community care facilities are not considered your own home. Okay? You must submit a completed healthcare certification form. So all of those things, if you meet those categories, then you are eligible for the in-home support services program. And so the next thing that you want to do is apply. So we're going to talk through how the program works and talk about how do you apply for those services. So the first thing is a county social worker will interview you at home to determine your eligibility and need for IHSS. Based on your ability to safely perform certain tasks for yourself, the social worker will assess the types of services you need and the number of hours the county will authorize for each of these services. You must fill out an SOC 873 form, and I will make sure this information is linked in the video below, as well as an additional link to the California Department of Social Services, because all this information that I'm giving you guys, that is actually where I'm pulling it from. So I'll make sure a copy of this information will be placed in the description just so you guys can have it for your resource. You will be notified if a IHSS has been approved or denied. If you are denied, you'll be notified for the reason of your denial. If approved, you will be notified of the services and the number of hours per month which has been authorized for you. If your county has contracted IHSS providers, and we're going to talk about that in a moment because I know some of you, these are where your questions come in, is what if I want to be a provider? You may choose to have services provided by the contractor, okay? If your county has homemaker employees, you may receive services from a county homemaker. So guys, another question that I get on this end is, what type of services can I provide as an IHSS provider? Well, I'm glad you asked. As an IHSS provider, you can provide personal care services like dressing, bathing, feeding, toileting. You can provide paramedical services like helping with injections, wound care, colostomy, and catheter care under the direction of a licensed medical professional. You can also do some housekeeping, some cooking, small cleaning, and then of course shopping and laundry. And sometimes a lot of folks would want you to accompany them, take them to their medical appointments. Of course, under this you are able to do that. So those are the services that you are able to do. So guys, on the other side of that coin, there are some items that IHSS cannot pay for. Those items include moving furniture, paying bills, actually reading that person's mail to them, caring for pets, and guys, that includes service animals, gardening, repair services, sitting with you to visit or watch TV, because remember guys, that's more considered companion care, right? And then taking you on social outings. Again, that's considered companionship care, and they're not wanting to pay for that at this time. So again, how are IHSS payments made? Okay, you may contact your social worker who's going to be assigned to your case to determine what that hourly rate is. Because you need to negotiate with the employer of record in each county, the wage rates may vary from county to county. Okay, the state issues all checks for individual provider payments. Okay, so that's qualifying on the side of if you are a person looking to receive the care. So 2 questions that I received on this topic. You have a family member who is IHSS approved and you want to know if you could be that person's caretaker. Here's the answer. Once eligibility is established, you can hire 1 or more people to provide you care. A friend or relative may serve as your care provider, or a referral may be obtained through the IHSS Public Authority Caregiver Registry. So that answers your question. Now there is an approval process for your friend or relative. Let's talk about that next. So as an IHSS provider, you do have to be qualified in order for you to be paid for your services. The application process is 4 steps. The first is you're going to complete and sign the IHSS Program Provider Enrollment Form, and that is Form SOC 426. Secondly, you would need to be fingerprinted and go through a criminal background check by the California Department of Justice. So same as the in-home care services, you still need to be fingerprinted. Step 3, you're going to attend an IHSS program provider orientation, and that's given to you by the county. Okay? The orientation will give you important information about the program, its rules, and the requirements that you must follow as a provider. At the end of the provider orientation, sign an IHSS program provider enrollment. And that is Form SOC 846. So once you have successfully completed these 4 steps and have been approved by the county or public authority to be an IHSS provider, as long as you are an active provider and your criminal background check remains clear, you will continue to be eligible to provide services for any IHSS recipient. Okay, and then so here it says if you do not complete these 4 steps within 90 days after you begin, you will be found ineligible. Okay, so at the end of that 90-day period, if you don't do all of those steps, unfortunately you will have to start the process all over again. So you want to make sure, so this is different than becoming an in-home care, receiving that license, because in that process you kind of manage yourself and you go to you kind of work it through until you finish it. But for IHSS, there is that 90-day time frame. You have to finish everything within that 90-day window. So the second question that I get from you guys is this the same as providing in-home care? And it kind of depends on what you mean by that question. Because in terms of having a non-medical home care agency, you are actually licensed so that you can have that agency to hire individuals to work under your agency to provide care. Okay? IHSS is this is a community funded program based on individuals meeting a certain level of requirements, and then you as a friend or as a relative, you are getting cleared and approved to provide that care. Okay, so there's a difference here. One is a business and one is ensuring that you're getting compensated for the level of care you're providing for your friend or relative. So guys, I hope that answers your question on the provider level. I will say this, some of you, a lot of us now, I know this question is coming up because a lot of us are, experiencing where it's 2, sometimes even 3 generations that's living in one household. And so you may already be, and not even know it, you may already be providing care for that loved one or for that friend, but there's no compensation. So this is a good way for you to say, hey, let me go through this process so it could be official that I am providing this care. And then that way you can seek compensation in that way. And then I want to say on the other side of that, you may know someone, you may have a grandmother, a close friend who is living by themselves, and based on what I said, based on what they're saying on their website, they may be eligible for this type of care. Help them through that application process. And then again, you or another relative or another close friend can become certified so that, or I should say approved to provide that care for that loved one. Okay guys, so that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you keep those questions coming. That was a great question that came from my masterclass. So I wanted to make sure I kind of dedicated an entire video for that. You guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to like that video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. Stay blessed.